He was known as Senior Sack at Texas Tech, a 300-pounder who could run, a rare combination of size and speed that allowed him to dominate the Southwestern Conference. During the 1983 NFL Draft, Rivera was rated as the top defensive lineman available, and the Steelers, with the 23rd pick in that draft, thought so highly of him, they passed over Dan Marino to select Gabe Rivera as their #1 pick.
It was very exciting, and I think when I was ready to go up there, it was a good feeling.
That good feeling didn't last very long. Midway through his rookie season, Rivera's career tragically ended when he was almost killed in a car crash along Babcock Boulevard. Rivera was legally drunk, traveling at a high rate of speed when he lost control of his vehicle. Rivera was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected through the back windshield. He was paralyzed from the waist down, and from that moment has never walked again.
The whole problem was the drinking anyway, and driving, so that's the hard thing. I thought it was a problem in college, and I know there was a time there where there were some rules that I didn't lived up to it in college, and I think there was the alcohol problem that kind of got me into those bad situations.
Did you ever get to a point, I'm sure a lot of people do when something like this happens, you say, why is this happening to me at the time? I mean, I'm riding on top of the world here, being drafted #1, and then it's all taken away.
Well, yeah, I thought about that. I think it was really the first 3 or 4 years that I was mad at the world, or mad at God, or mad at something. Why me and why this?
Unfulfilled promise is always a tragedy, but Rivera has proven that the human spirit can soar to even greater heights. He focuses on the future with his second wife of 6 years, Nancy, who would never have even met Gabe if not for that accident.
I was at the zoo, and he ran over my foot. You know, to me, he was just some guy in a wheelchair that ran over my foot. But we started walking along, talking and visiting, and just kind of hit it off.
Gabe has been very dependent on his wife, Nancy. He spent more time in the hospital than at home during those 3 years, suffering through a variety of ailments: osteomyelitis, bone infections, 4 more operations, and without Nancy and without his faith, he says he wouldn't have made it through.
Well, I think most of the time, even when I was in the hospital back then, and I always had the positive thinking of being positive, having my attitude like, oh, it's a wonderful day, whether it might not be or not, but I make sure that, wake up with a smile, and it just carries over in my body, and say, I'm all right, I'll be all right. Sometimes you don't have a good day in practice or a good day in the game, and you come back following play or something. I don't know if that's what made me to have that kind of a attitude, but it feels good. And I always pray to God that, I'm alive, at least I'm alive and enjoying the life and stuff.
Bob Pompeani, KDKA-TV News.